Summer is finally here. How's your summer body project coming along? Let's talk about diets today. We all know how it goes. Trying to lose those extra pounds can be quite a roller coaster ride. It's a journey filled with ups and downs, successes and setbacks. But hey, that's life. Today, I have some absolutely wild diet stories to share with you, which have gained legendary status in Korea because they are on the next level. Hey guys, before we get into it, I'd like to take a quick second to shout out our sponsor of this episode, BetterHelp. My life is also filled with ups and downs. Personally, I often find myself struggling with this thought that I'm not good at anything and I'm not good enough. And it really weighs down on me. And I really believe that speaking with a professional therapist would help me a lot in getting a healthier mindset. How about you? Is there something that interferes with your happiness? Regardless if you have a clinical mental health issue like depression or anxiety, or if you're just a human who lives in this world who is going through a hard time, therapy can give you tools to approach your life in a very different way. And that's why I'm excited to tell you about today's sponsor, BetterHelp. BetterHelp's mission is to make therapy more affordable and more accessible. And this is an important mission because finding a therapist can be really hard. BetterHelp is a platform that makes finding a therapist easier because it's online, it's remote, and by filling out a few questions, BetterHelp can match you to a professional therapist in as little as a few days. There is a link in my description. It's betterhelp.com/RachelKim. You can get 10% off your first month of BetterHelp so you can connect with a therapist and see if it helps you. And if you don't really fit with that therapist, you can easily switch to a therapist for free. Like I said, I also struggle with the voice in my head telling me constantly that I'm not good at anything. And I know that I can feel much better by speaking to a professional therapist. So if you're also struggling, consider online therapy with BetterHelp. Click the link in the description or visit betterhelp.com/RachelKim. Thank you again, BetterHelp, for supporting this channel. Now, back to the video. The first wild diet is the potato diet. There was this post on the internet titled, "My sister's crazy obsession for potatoes." This person shared a story about his sister's peculiar obsession with potatoes. It all started when their mother accidentally ordered 5 boxes of potatoes instead of just 1 because of a small mix-up in quantities. The delivery driver kept unloading box after box of potatoes, and it was at this moment he knew that he fucked up. Now, most people would have suggested returning the extra potatoes, but not his sister. She was like, "I'll eat them all. I need to lose weight anyway. This is great." To everyone's surprise, their mother casually replied, "Sure, go ahead." And so the wild potato diet began. Until that moment, his sister had a bright personality. She was a happy person. But no joke, from that point on, she fully committed to her potato diet. I'm talking about exclusively eating boiled potatoes and only 2 potatoes per meal. Everyone thought she would just give up by the 3rd day. Max. But she surprised everyone by sticking to it. While the rest of the family enjoyed their regular meals, she would retreat to the living room with her little plate of 2 potatoes. And she would lean against the wall, like some kind of a refugee, with a touch of sadness on her face. And then she would eat her potatoes as if they were the last food item on earth. It was like she was playing a character in a movie or something, like a disaster movie. Then one night, he was a bit hungry, so he headed to the kitchen. Then he stumbled upon a whole pile of potatoes. He grabbed 2 of them, but unfortunately, her sister caught him in the act and she snapped. "I steamed those potatoes for a specific number of servings. What makes you think you can just come in here and help yourself to them?" Oh, that's when he truly realized the depths of his sister's crazy attachment to those potatoes. Since she only ate potatoes, they became her ultimate obsession. But her diet was working. her weight dropped significantly. She lost about 7 kilograms in just about 2 months. And according to him, her skin became as fair as milk compared to before she started the potato diet. Someone left a comment asking a question about his sister. Is she seriously only eating potatoes? He clarified that she also drinks water, takes various supplements, and she occasionally treats herself to salads. But hey, as long as she didn't experience any yo-yo effects, her diet story sounds like a smashing success. Next one is the cooking oil diet. This one is not a typical weight loss diet. It's rather a money-saving one-food regimen. So there was this post on a car community website titled "The Craziest Thing I Did While Trying to Lose Weight." You see, he had this crazy idea that since fried foods tend to be high in calories, cooking oil itself must be packed with calories too. So he decided to embark on an experiment. He bought 3 bottles of cooking oil and consumed 250 milliliters of it for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Surprisingly, he actually felt satisfied and found the calories intake to be acceptable. So he continued with this diet for 3 whole days. His colleagues at work couldn't help but tease him, saying things like, "Oh, so what kind of car are you?" But unfortunately, things took a turn on the 4th day during lunchtime. After drinking the cooking oil, he felt nauseous and he straight up vomited. He had to call an ambulance and he was rushed to the emergency room. After his stomach was washed and a diagnosis was made, he was informed that he had developed gastric ulcers. Painful. When the doctor asked if he had consumed anything unusual, he honestly replied that he had been consuming only cooking oil to save money. Well, let's just say he can never forget the look on his doctor's face. After that incident, his colleagues at work affectionately nicknamed him Bull's One Shot, the fuel additive. Next one is the tomato diet. There was this post where someone was wondering why their diet didn't work out. So get this, they claim to have actually gained weight about 3 kilograms even though they only had tomatoes. It's weird, right? So people asked, how many tomatoes did you have a day? Turns out they had an average of 40 tomatoes per day. And we're not talking about one of those like cherry tomatoes here, but regular sized tomatoes. As you can imagine, people found it hilarious. They couldn't help but ask how on earth someone could eat 40 regular tomatoes and pair them with 40 servings of sugar. The person who posted it later clarified that on the first day, they tried to control the quantity and ate around 30 tomatoes. But from the second day onward, whenever they felt hungry, they just went for almost 40 tomatoes a day. Unfortunately, due to financial constraints, they had to abandon the tomato diet after just 4 days. They even shared a recipe where they scooped out the tomato contents, sprinkled about 3 spoonfuls of sugar, added some soda, and enjoyed it with ice. According to them, it tasted amazing. To top it off, someone even turned this person's diet adventure into a comic strip, capturing the whole situation. It's kind of adorable, right? Like, it's a cute story. Next one is plant-based diet. There are actually quite a lot of people who stick to a plant-based diet and still struggle with weight gain. Take this one person, for example. They shared with their personal trainer that they've been eating nothing but vegetables and sweet potato salads, but surprisingly, they ended up gaining 6 kilograms. Naturally, the trainer was curious and asked for the pictures of their meals. And the trainer couldn't believe his eyes. He was like, "Did you know elephants are also herbivores? They only eat plants. And look at their sizes. You know why? It's because they eat a massive amount, like you." From that moment, the person earned the nickname Elephant at the gym. There were even some people at the gym who were trying to bulk up, approached this person, curious about their elephant diet plan. It's a funny and sad story at the same time. The person actually shared the pictures of their meals. You know, the ones that surprised their personal trainer, which consisted of vegetables, sweet potatoes, and chicken breasts. Typical food you'd expect in a diet, but here's the caveat. They get 5 meals a day. 5 of these every day. Who'd have thought? Looking at it from this perspective, it seems that even short-term bulking is very possible with this approach. In the end, it's clear that maintaining a balanced diet and incorporating exercise is truly the best approach when it comes to weight loss. I shared these crazy diet stories for the comedic purposes only. Please know that extreme diets can lead to damaging your body. So, please remember to nourish our bodies with wholesome meals and stay active for the summer body. Let's be healthy and happy. And yeah, that is it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!